They called it a house of God, but Winter Hollow Baptist was never holy. It stood on the edge of town, quiet, grey-stoned, surrounded by frost-covered trees. Every Sunday the pews filled, every sermon ended in song, and at the center of it all stood Pastor Raymond Elijah Moore, revered, trusted, untouchable. When he was found hanging in the bell tower one snowy morning in January, the town was devastated. They said it was suicide. They said grief had caught up with him. They said it was the devil's work. They were only half right. 3 days after his death, a man named Lucas Gray walked into the county sheriff's office and placed a small leather-bound notebook on the front desk. "It's all in here," he said. "Names, dates, what he did, where the bodies are buried." The clerk thought he was unstable, but when detectives opened that notebook, they didn't find delusion. They found a map, a layout of Winter Hollow, and behind the chapel, marked in red ink, the root cellar. They searched it that night. Beneath the old stone chapel, past the rusted furnace and beneath a false wall, they found 5 burial sites, 5 children, all missing, all forgotten, all boys, each wrapped in a church robe, each with a wooden cross in their hands, each dated in Pastor Moore's handwriting. The notebook, it had belonged to Lucas. He was one of them, a survivor, abused by Moore starting at age 10, bribed with scripture, silenced with fear. "I didn't want to die," he later told investigators, "so I made myself forget." But trauma doesn't vanish. It festers. And when he saw Moore's face on TV, accepting a lifetime award from the state's religious council, something snapped. He returned to Winter Hollow, dug up the past, literally, found what Moore had hidden, and he waited. On the night of January 11th, Lucas followed Moore into the bell tower. There was no struggle, no blood, just a man facing the weight of everything he buried, a rope, a silence that felt earned. Lucas turned himself in, told the full truth, took no plea deal, and at sentencing stood tall before the judge and said, "I am not innocent, but I am not the monster." The town was split. Some called him a murderer, others a messenger, but the truth was in the ground. 5 bodies, 5 boys, 5 names that were once whispered in prayer, now finally spoken in court. The church was condemned, the pews removed, the stained glass shattered by a storm no one predicted. Today, the land is empty, no structure, no sign, but sometimes at night people say they hear the bell ring, even though